Yo, what's going on, boys and girls? Hope you guys are doing well. We had so much fun on the podcast last night. It's so good to just come together and enjoy these wins and enjoy being around Arsenal fans, enjoying being at the stadium. The whole thing is just an amazing experience this season. And I did make a comment that I felt sorry really for the guys who just didn't renew their season tickets. I would say about 85% of the guys sitting around in my section did not renew this year. And it's a real shame because two finishers of 8th place, a lot of people started getting dejected by the cost of going, is it worth me spending all of this? I know they take out the Europa League and all of that stuff and filter it through to the costs, and it's been really good this season. It's worked really well. But because of that, if we do make the top four, I made a joke last night on the podcast that I'm saving up my money because I'm ready for that sum of money to lick us. I'm waiting for the email to come through that it would be around 1,500 for the tickets. But I don't mind because we were paying 1,350 before. And even when we dropped out of the Champions League, we were still paying, again, about 1,350. So if you're in the Champions League, which is a bigger game, I'm thinking it would probably be about 1,500. And yeah, it's going to hurt everybody's pockets, but that's the going rate to watch Champions League football. The fact that they're in that 7-game package that we get with FA Cup and Champions League, remember, all the group stages in the Champions League used to be covered by that cost, and then if it filtered through into a knockout stage, you might get the first game in a knockout stage free, but it was all worth it. And as I said, you go to Tottenham, you go to Chelsea, and you're talking about Champions League tickets getting into that, you're talking about £100. So the 3 games, group stages, that's 300 quid already. So it doesn't really bother me the fact that our tickets are going to start to go back up and things like that. That's how it is. That's the going rate. That's what happens when you're supporting a club that's playing at the highest level. So I welcome it. But moving on to Liverpool, Liverpool's going to be such a great challenge, and there's not a lot of team news. I know there's some fun and games going on with Salah being injured and Jurgen Klopp. Don't listen to all of that. That's just he'll come into training today, as they talked about, and he'll play tomorrow against Arsenal. Yeah, you ain't gonna miss a game like this. Regardless of Arsenal, the only decisions that we have to make is: are you going to put Smith Rowe in? Is he ready? And he'll be as ready as he can be, and he'll come back and take that spot from Martinelli. And Martinelli probably needs to sit. And then Tomiyasu, who is said to be back in training today by Arteta. But I wouldn't chance it. As I said, I mean, would you rather a fit Tomiyasu be ready for Villa and then the 10-game run-in that is going to be key to us finishing 4th, rather than one game, which, quite frankly, no one's given us a chance to win, including the bookies. So I don't know. I think that you can throw this one away if you're Tomiyasu and just get him ready. Think about the big picture. One game isn't going to define you. We made a mistake and we played him in the Carabao Cup against Liverpool, and that accounted for his worst performance this season. Don't do the same thing. He hasn't had games behind him. He hasn't been warmed up in any way. If you play him tomorrow night, it's going to be a big mistake. So let's get some wise heads on some shoulders at the moment now, and you're going to have to go with Soros. Soros, as I said, he dropped off a little bit against Leicester, but that was more so because of Leicester's game plan. And Arteta helped that situation by providing cover with Partey and sort of dropping Saka a bit deeper so that he can help out. So those situations are manageable. Let's talk about Liverpool. If you're talking about tactically how we're going to deal with Liverpool, any manager that faces Liverpool has to have a clear, definitive defensive structure and tactics in order to play that team. As simple as that. And without that, you can't even think about getting a result against them. And with Mikel Arteta, balancing that tactical risk and finding that, space management to close those loopholes they have flooding down the wings, with those wing backs that provide so much. Robertson, Trent Alexander provides so much. That is going to be the key. Understanding how to win the ball back and then attacking at speed, at pace. If Liverpool overload you, then that means they're short. Yeah, if you've got a Trent Alexander running up, or if you've got a Robertson running up, that means that they're committing the overflow and you can get them on the counter. That's what it means. And you have to have a clear plan how you're going to structure that, not moving the ball up slowly, just finding Partey, finding Odegaard, bang, 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 into Lacazette and Saka, into Smith Rowe, trying to just catch them quickly. None of this getting the ball slowly, moving it up front slowly, and allowing Liverpool to set back in a structured shape. That isn't going to help you. That you ain't going to get anywhere against Liverpool doing that. And if that kind of slow build-up play is enacted, then Liverpool would just overflow you. They'll just keep moving more when forward, knowing that you're not going to penalise them on the break. There's one clear structure which I've seen which is key to beating Liverpool these days and stopping them from scoring. Remember, this team went like 48 games scoring in every single game in 48 games before they were stopped. So regardless what teams are going to do, Liverpool are going to score against you. They have a 99.6% chance of scoring against you. That's how good they are. And the way how I see some teams structurally play against them is the 3-5-2. Been very effective in terms of clogging up the passing lanes in the midfield, making it difficult for Liverpool to move the ball through on the wing backs and the flanks and through the middle, stifling their play with the likes of Thomas Partey. It might even be worth bringing in an extra midfielder if that's how you're going to approach the game. That is where you can get a lot of luck against Liverpool. But I think what we need to do is watch our gap play, clog up those lanes and just try to make it difficult for Liverpool, but at the same time, using a counter-attack to punish them. And this is why Mikel Arteta has been on the sideline trying to shout out the shape and make sure every player is up to their assignments and keeping that shape nice and tight, making it hard for anybody to pass the ball through. He's been really, really on that of late. And in the film room, I'm sure the players are getting that nailed into their heads. It's great because we've had so much time to study in the film room while other teams have been playing away in Europe. That's probably why they're such a well-oiled machine right now. That's probably why the players understand their assignments and they've really picked up their philosophies wholeheartedly. I think the thing that frustrates me is now we're hearing a lot of talk about Arteta going to PSG. PSG have put him on the shortlist, and I'm watching some people in the media and some YouTubers, and I'm not going to call out any names because we don't do that here, and they're rivaling the fact that Arteta could be gone. Now, what I don't understand is, why would you be happy with a manager leaving Arsenal who's got us out of 2 8 finishes into a Champions League place if he gets there? Why on earth would you be happy with that? I mean, what do you think will happen? Who do you think is out there that's going to replace him? Remember, this is the Arsenal way. We ain't Man United. We're not one of these teams that recycle all the Barcelona and Real Madrid drop-offs. Yeah, we don't do that. We're not Chelsea. Yeah, we don't bring every Tom, Dick, and Harry in here to manage Arsenal. When we take a manager here, we are looking at long term. We're looking at a roadmap to success. So losing Arteta after financially backing him in every single way possible would be a disaster for this club. Because, remember the Bruce Riochs and the Stuart Houstons? That's pretty much been the ballpark for this club for a very long time. And you took somebody with a big name like Unai Emery who had won 10 trophies, and it was dross. It didn't account for nothing. That was probably the worst year in Unai Emery's managerial career. It's probably the worst experience he's ever had. There's so many examples, guys. The Van Gaal, the Jose Mourinho stuff that's been going around in various different teams, Man United, Spurs. It's like, is that what you guys really want? Is that what you guys want, to recycle all these managers and just see what works? I'm not signed up for that. I've been Arteta in from day one. You lot know that. So maybe my thought patterns are different from yours. But just going onto social media and seeing all of this talk like, let him go, let Arteta go to PSG. It's just, man, that's like, seriously, guys? You would bite the hand that feeds you? Getting into the Champions League with this guy right now, building something special. The football that we've been watching lately has been mesmerizing, and do you want to get rid of that just because you don't like the guy? I mean, yeah, we're crossing the realms of madness at the moment here. And I might even put a poll up. The last one I did, mind you, it was 92% in favour of keeping Arteta, so I'm not even sure if that might not change. That might just get better. That might just pour more in his favour. So it might just be a minority of Arsenal fans that we're dealing with in terms of this narrative. And if it is, then we just ignore it. We just ignore it and move on. But Liverpool have got so much to play for, even more now than ever before, because of the result against Crystal Palace and Man City. And they will be coming into the Emirates with a mission. And I personally, I said in the preview last night, I'd like it to be a 1-1 draw, but I don't really see Arsenal winning this game. And I see Liverpool coming in and taking advantage of where Man City has slipped up. So I'm kind of moving to a 2-1 Liverpool or maybe a 2-0 Liverpool. It really depends if we turn up. In the Carabao Cup, we didn't even turn up 2-0. With this one, if we make a fight of it, could be 1-1 or could be 2-1 Liverpool. They're just so good, guys. And I just want us to show our stuff. I just want us to go there and represent. And whatever will be, will be. Yeah, whether we draw, whether we win, and sure there's a small chance of us winning, but that's where my heart is at the moment. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you in the next one, man. Peace out, everybody.